John 15, verse 18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Look can be deceiving because the heart is deceitful. For that reason alone, we must learn to see others through the lens of Scripture and not our own understanding or wisdom. You might know non-Christians in your life who are kind and generous. They don't curse God or use His name in vain. You wouldn't think they're God-haters, but God's words say otherwise. At heart, the natural man, every one of them, hates God and would not come to Him that they may have life.
But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law, they hated me without a cause.
In the presence of light and truth, the heart very often reveals itself. Either it hates the light and truth or loves it. Like the wind, the heart can't be seen, but its direction or inclination can be felt and seen.
Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out.
What we learn from Proverbs 20 verse 5 is that the deep things of the heart can be brought to the surface, and God's words have that kind of power, which you're about to see. In this short, I'll give two examples. More can always be discussed later. The first is found in Luke 4, and the second is in Acts 17. They both have one thing in common in that the people appear to be seekers of truth. They don't look like God-haters, but at heart they are. Those in the synagogue were at first listening to Christ attentively and speaking well of Him. On the surface, they appear to be seekers, not haters of God. However, what Christ said in verses 25 to 27 brought their deep-seated hatred to the surface, so much so that they wanted to kill Him.
And all they in the synagogue, when they heard these things, were filled with wrath, and rose up, and thrust Him out of the city, and led Him unto the brow of the hill whereon their city was built, that they might cast Him down headlong.
What about the men of Athens? There's no sign of them being haters of God. You would be right in saying that they're very religious. If Paul were here, he would give you a pat on the back. Men of Athens, I perceive that in all things you are very religious. They even have an altar to an unknown God. But what really, and I mean really, manifested when Paul preached the gospel of Christ? This is what you get. Some mocked. To the unknown God is not a problem, as long as it's not the true and living God that Jesus or Paul preached.